going on, everybody? I'm Dr. John Clayton, your Layton Chiropractor here in Utah at Supra Chiropractic. In today's video, we'll be showing you some dry needling. We're going to go into two different areas. One of the things that I don't get to show as much is that on my devices for dry needling that I have, I can run up to 6 channels or 12 needles, and I have 2 of these. So in the case that we have to do tons of needles on somebody, like if they come from really far away, like, hey, I need to hit multiple areas, we can do that. But for the most part, doing just 12 needles is pretty good. And so we show that here in today's video, where we're doing the shoulder on the patient, the back of the shoulder, but also into the glutes and the hip area as well. And so hope you guys enjoy the video. Check it out and we'll catch you at the end.
All right, go ahead and take a deep breath in here for me. Let it all the way out. Deep breath in here. All the way out. Deep breath in here. All the way out. Deep breath in here. Deep breath in here. All the way out. That's the hard part is, it's like you want to almost like put the needles in first to get it loosened up, yeah. And then it's like dang it. So,
I know.
But then you'd be too cooked probably. You're like, oh my gosh.
I'm like, I'm done.
Deep breath in here. Deep breath in here. Deep breath in here. Deep breath in here. Well, hopefully, what I typically find is like it's either your ribs move really good or your spine moves really good.
Yeah.
So ribs are a little bit tight, so hopefully the spine moves a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
But do you use your left arm more, like when you're doing the cleanings and stuff?
Probably because that's the arm I retract with.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I feel like that arm, that's why that left shoulder blade is always jacked, you know?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Can you tell?
Oh, it's freaking tight. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Okay, let's see if the spine moves a little better here. Take a deep breath in here. There we go.
Yeah, like...
Oh, sorry.
You would think it would be my right arm, but it's... no.
Yeah, because that's the one you're actually using the tools with, right? Yeah. Well, I think it's just anything dentistry kills you.
Yeah, it does.
Slide down just a hair for me.
Down?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, just if you're up really high on the table there, it kind of like digs into your chest and your shoulders when I do this area up here.
Okay.
So, is that like if I just put pressure, is that okay on your shoulders?
Good.
Okay, deep breath in here, all the way out. Yeah, everything's just pulled super tight up here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like when I hit those muscles, kind of same thing. I'll hit like into this one, like on the shoulder blade itself,
yeah, I feel it right
up
there.
in here, and then usually I'll hit like this guy, like feel this tight one right there.
So tight.
So we'll just nail those big 3 ones right there. Okay. Deep breath in here for me. When I was talking to a dental hygienist earlier, I think it was last week, and I was like, how come you guys are so beat up? Like, I don't see a lot of dentists as much as I think. She goes, we are in mouths a lot more than dentists are, time-wise. And I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, way longer.
Yeah. Let's check that first rib up in here. Deep breath in here. All the way out. Let it go all the way over. There it is. Deep breath in here. All the way out.
So tight.
That's so tight. At least we got the bad one to go.
Yeah, right.
So take that all day.
I'll take it.
Check pelvis here. So lay on right side for me there.
Okay. Oh, that's my left. Right.
Oh, you're good. Either one. Well, that's
so
the thing.
Funny.
Some chiropractors say like right side down or right side up.
Yeah.
So it's like we gotta do both anyways, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So. Okay. Let that relax there. Got a deep breath in here.
I got it.
Popped a little higher, but we got it. So. Okay, let that relax here. Okay. If I was gonna wear scrubs, I'd wear figs. So.
They're the best.
But then people be like, "You're not a real doctor."
I know, because it's like no big deal saving lives. I'm like, well, kinda.
Yeah. Well, it's like some chiropractors will wear scrubs, some of them won't.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes you look like a medical doctor when you do
Yeah.
it. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to look like that. I mean,
Yeah.
they're awesome. I respect them, but I don't people think I'm a medical doctor. So
Oh,
there,
that
that
was
was
good.
money right there.
Yeah, that was
All
a good
right.
one.
See you. Do they let you sit in like the saddle chairs? Okay, nice.
Yeah, that fits me.
That's the way to do it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like in your field. So
Yeah, we just got saddle chairs a few months ago, and that's been like a huge game changer.
but you still have to do everything straight on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't like lean over to
And
the
I have
side.
glasses that make me like so it looks like I'm looking straight ahead,
But you can look down.
but I'm looking down.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
To help my neck. That's helped my neck.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, otherwise, yeah, your neck could be pretty
Yeah.
messed up.
It's just crazy how the whole body affects
everything.
area. Like I feel like even when I do dry needling on my upper shoulder blade, it helps my lower back. I don't know why, but it does.
Yeah, well, because everything connects down
Yeah.
too. Well, I see a lot of people that have like shoulder issues, like shoulder blade issues, and they're like, "What's the problem?" Like out here to the side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's your lat. That hooks in right here, like
To your
right where your
Yeah.
like thoracic spine and lumbar spine meet."
Yeah.
So that I'm like, and then that kind of shoots off of the spinal muscles. It goes down to their back. So I'm like.
Yeah.
By doing areas like their lats and their shoulder blade muscles or shoulder cuff muscles, fixes so many issues.
Yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
crazy.
So crazy. Here, that relax for you here. Perfect. Relax there. There we go.
There we go. That felt good.
See, now the wrist is back in one piece, I guess.
Yeah. I'm sure my wrist needs it more often.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, because I mean, there's no
Yeah.
good way to get in the mouth
No.
too. So yeah, just decompressing that puppy in there. Ah. Yeah, feels way better. Actually
Yeah,
wants to
feels
move
good.
now.
Yeah.
Relax there. Not too bad here. Yeah, you're not having to use this one as much to get in the mouth. So
No. This is my fine
Yeah.
tuning hand.
I know the worst. Yeah, because if you're just doing the worst one I see it in for wrist is hairstylists.
Yeah,
They're like this, and it's like, oh,
And
so
their shoulders are
yeah.
probably so tight.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
like dry needling for those
Oh.
is insane.
I bet.
Like, but so relieving too, though.
Yeah,
So,
for
but
sure.
yeah. It's there for me. Take a deep breath in here. All the way out.
Ooh, that was good.
Very good one. Relax there. Oh, that's so much tighter.
Really?
Little guy, yeah. That left side just doesn't want it. Doesn't want to turn.
It's so tight.
Probably comes from your shoulder blade up though. So deep breath in here for me. All the way out. Perfect. So we're just going to go from that gluteus medius. So the reason why this is tender in a lot of people is if they're like when you're saying like you're sitting and then you're like twisting a lot, trying to grab tools and stuff for
Yeah.
your work, that twisting motion of your torso will pull on this. Or if your legs, as much as we love the saddle seats, right? Because your legs are a little bit further than hips width
Yeah.
apart, that does put strain on the gluteus medius. Okay.
Okay.
So we're just going to find that bone where it's a little bit tender. We're just going to move slightly lower.
Okay.
Okay, and then we want to just kind of go our trajectory, so to speak, right? We're just going to kind of aim straight down towards your hip bone because we want to get as much depth of that glute as possible.
Okay.
So we're just going to go down like this, all the way down, okay, until we hit bone. Feel that? Okay, so that's all the way down to the bone there. And we're just going to go out because the glutes kind of just go out to the side, so we're just going to pick our point kind of more out here, just as long as we're below this bone right here, right in here.
crazy how it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. And part of it too is technique, right?
Yeah.
So people that are like, I've had dry needling done before, it's super painful.
Yeah.
Why is this different? Typically it's
How you do it.
how you do it.
Yeah.
Right? So, because if I was very shaky
Yeah.
doing it, then you'd be like, I feel that the whole time.
Yeah, right.
But just the biggest thing is the first initial poke. Because people are like, wow, I feel that. And so you have to be somewhat fast
at
doing that. And then they don't feel it from there. Because you do have some sensory or like nerve endings on the skin that you have to get through first. And once you break through those, it's usually smooth sailing. Unless you hit like a nerve, right?
Yeah.
Then you're really in trouble.
It feels so cool when you feel
Yeah,
the
poke the
muscle,
bone there.
like,
Or like, the first muscular response.
Yeah.
And it like twitches a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. So cool.
You're almost like, keep twisting, and then maybe it will unravel.
Seriously. Okay, so I'll do infraspinatus real quick. So we're just going to find the shoulder blade. And this is kind of the crazy one. A lot of people, I see their shoulder blades, like they wing out to the side. So they kind of move over here like this. That puts a lot of strain in this area, right? So one thing you can do when you're checking yourself throughout your day is just see, okay, are my shoulder blades like covering my ribs? Or are they over to the sides, right? And if they're over here, like see how it's like, I can feel like all your ribs over here, like your ribs all the way over here, exposed, that they're vulnerable, right?
Okay.
So we want to make sure that the shoulder blades retract, especially in positions when you're working. If you're working on a patient and you're 18 inches away from them, and your shoulder blades are winged out like this, then they're gonna only pull harder if the patient is 24 inches away from you, right?
Yeah, right.
So just really check that throughout the day. So I'm just going to go right into here. Okay, and with this one we just go straight down into the bone. As long as we are above the infraspinatus, we're good. We're not going to puncture any lungs. But if I went out here, I'm going straight through lungs if I go too deep, right?
That's scary.
So that's why you have to know your anatomy as well, right? So
yeah, that's scary.
So that's why when I feel the shoulder blade, I can see where the end of it is, and I know if I go here, you're a very petite frame, so I know that I can't go very wide on it. But if I do go wider, feel that little trigger point there, twitch response. If I go wider, I have to just pull the lat and pull it away, and I can do the lat out here, but I can't go that direction because then I go back into the lung that way.
Okay.
So. Yes, you do need to be well versed in your anatomy when doing dry needling. So.
Would you know, like, what happens if you puncture it?
You have to send him to the hospital.
Really?
So, yep. Yeah, so in the end, if you're not comfortable with it, I've seen some practitioners or like physical therapists, chiropractors, right, where if they're doing it, then, and they don't feel comfortable, they will just tell the patient, I can't do that area, which is perfectly fine in my opinion. Don't be confident in something you're not comfortable with.
Yeah, right.
So then the other question is like for this levator scapulae muscle, because we are above the lungs, my trajectory or my line is going this way, up like this, not down at all. So that's why I pinch the muscle up like this. Then I go with the fold of the muscle across like this. So it's laying across the top of your ribs, not going down into them.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So, and this one's really cool. There's a fun little trigger point for you. Because once I'm there and I can release, the needle and slides in a little bit more.
I felt it.
Yep. So that's a really fun one to do.
What's the max amount of needles you can do?
If I run 2 machines, I can run up to 24. I can run up to 24 needles total with electricity running through them. It would just be very intense for people. But I have 2 machines, 2 of the really good expensive machines. I call them basically the Lamborghini of dry needling machines. I got 2 of them. So if a patient needed 2 areas, like full protocols, I could do that on them.
Gotcha.
So, but most people, like I did one yesterday where I did like a foot, someone's foot, part of his foot, just a little bit of his foot, his knees, and then his face. But there was no electricity in the face.
Why would you do the face?
Sinuses.
Oh.
Right. Well, and he did MMA.
Oh,
and so he's taking a lot of hits to the face. So he's more likely to have swelling or sinus issues or just general discomfort, right? So we do that to just loosen up everything and get the pressure to release out of the head from taking all the hits.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we did feet, a little bit of the plantar fascia, the knees, and then the face. And like by the time we were done, he's like, I'm a little bit lightheaded. I'm like, I believe it. It's very overwhelming to the body. Most people would not be able to handle this, especially on the first go, right?
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah, great question. Yeah, you can utilize so many areas. So when we tie all these together, you'll be able to see. But it'd be cool if you can feel kind of the connection between the two of them.
Yeah.
But usually that area is gonna be that lat line, like right about here, where the spine kind of curves down right there, and then becomes the low back right there.
Cool.
So, but yeah, great question. All right, so we've got the gluteus medius, so just that top part of the glute there. That one controls the abduction or moving like away from your body of the hip. And then this is the other side there. So both posts sitting pretty good. And then we're going to come up here. So on that left shoulder, we've got the levator scapulae or levator scapula, singular muscle here. And then we have the infraspinatus on the outside of the shoulder blade, and trapezius or traps muscle on both sides here. So that's what it looks like in total. Kind of doing two different areas here, gluteus medius, and then mainly the left shoulder blade rotator type cuff muscles, just like that. All right, so when it comes to these adjustments and the dry needling, a lot of times when I understand what someone does for their work, it helps me to understand what things I can do to help them as far as the muscles that they're utilizing in their day-to-day job. And so for instance, Angie in this video, she is a dental hygienist, and so it is very taxing on the body to be a dental hygienist, and for the most part you're having to lean over and kind of dig into people's mouths, clean, scrape, all these different things that puts a lot of torque on the body. And so a lot of times we deal with a lot of neck issues, shoulder blade issues, and then arm issues with our dental hygienists. But one thing we forgot to consider and that Angie brought up is that when you're sitting in those chairs, you're not typically able to just lean over the patient. You're having to kind of tilt to a side and lean as well, and so you're not ever in a perfect position when you're doing the job of a dental hygienist. And so it's my invitation to you guys that if you know a dental hygienist or you are a dental hygienist that is having any kind of the areas of pain that we show in the dry needling, that you come to Supra Chiropractic, get adjusted. We can do the dry needling on you if we need to really help you so you can do your job better, honestly. Like there's no point in living with pain and going to work with pain and then not enjoying life or your job. And so if that's one of the things that you're running into, whether it's any kind of job, honestly, come in and see me and we can get that fixed up for you and help you so you're not having to live in pain. So when it comes to these things, if you have questions about these, anything that we show in these videos, be sure to leave it in the comments below, and then like and subscribe to this channel, and then I will leave you how I leave you like in every other video, where it's Supra Chiropractic. We've got your back and everything else. See you in the next video.